Hey guys, and welcome to this episode of Review Flicks. In this video, we're going to be talking about Superman Legacy, and we're going to be taking a look at some pictures of the physical transformation of David Corenswet, who's going to be playing the Man of Steel himself. So guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, stay up to date with all the movie news we have going on around here. And with that down, let's jump into this DC news. So guys, the breakdown for this video, we're going to have a little bit of a read of this article. We're going to learn a little bit more about Superman Legacy star David Corenswet. And then we're going to go over to Twitter, and there's some pictures of him posted recently showing his kind of physical condition that he's in to play, obviously, the Man of Steel himself. So guys, let's jump in. So Superman Legacy star David Corenswet, hailed as massive by fans impressed with his superhero physique. So new photos of actor David Corenswet have been revealed, which show more of the actor's physical transformation for Superman Legacy, with fans hailing the DCU's Man of Steel as massive. Yeah, guys, I had a quick look at some of these pictures earlier as I was prepping for this video, and the bulk that this guy's put on is pretty damn impressive. The fitness regime that he must be putting himself through on a daily basis must be absolutely killer, and I have, all the praise and respect and admiration for these actors who put themselves through this physical conditioning, in order to play these roles. But especially Superman. Superman is a character that's looked up to, especially by like young kids and, people all around the world. So the actor playing him has to look the part. And Superman is, he's a huge character. He's bulky, he's massive, he's got a lot of muscle on him. And we wouldn't expect anything less from the Man of Steel. But David Corenswet looks like he's doing a fantastic job with his physical conditioning. But let's keep reading, guys, and then we'll check out the pictures and see what he looks like. So, when the news broke that David Corenswet would play the DCU's Man of Steel in Superman Legacy, I guarantee 9 out of 10 people who you mentioned the name David Corenswet to before the DCU announcement, I guarantee most people have never even heard of the guy. I'd never heard of him myself, didn't know who he was. I'll be completely honest with that, guys. So it took no time at all for some people to dig up old, unflattering photos of the actor in an effort to suggest he simply isn't muscular enough to play the character. Guys, this happens time and time again, where we have an actor announced for, a big comic book role where people aren't happy with it. And then, as time goes by and we actually see the performance in the movie, it becomes like one of those incredible, kind of roles that the actor plays. The same happened with Heath Ledger as he was announced to play the Joker. People thought it was a massive, crazy, miscast of the character. And, the rest is history. Obviously, that's the best Joker performance we've probably ever had. And need I say more, really? So, to be fair, Corenswet didn't exactly have the expected superhero physique. However, he's been given plenty of time to train and has once again been spotted looking like an absolute beast. Yeah, I mean, these Hollywood studios, they've got millions upon millions of dollars to hire these personal trainers to get the actors, in the fittest shape possible. With the beard, it's hard to ignore the fact that our future Clark Kent looks an awful lot like Henry Cavill. Oh my days, guys. Like, if you see pictures of this actor from a certain angle or in a certain light, he looks like he could be Henry Cavill's brother. Like, just, or like a close cousin. Like, this guy, his body shape, his face, his beard, like his bone structure, like from a certain angle, he looks like Henry Cavill. You could mistake him for a Henry Cavill so much. It's almost as if like Hollywood has cloned Henry Cavill, like, because they need Henry Cavill for the role, but they want him to be younger, so they've just made a copy of him. But you never know, guys. Yeah, he looks an awful lot like Henry Cavill, but bigger. As you can see in the Twitter post, I'm not going to call it X because it's a dumb name. As you can see in the Twitter post below, Corenswet is hailed by fans as massive and even receiving comparisons to Ed McGuinness' portrayal of Superman on the page. So actors like Chris Hemsworth and Chris Pratt have undergone similar physical transformations, so it's not surprising to see Corenswet do the same, particularly for the role as important as this. Yeah, guys, as I've already said, obviously the image of Superman, the Man of Steel, is probably, the granddaddy of all kind of superheroes. When you think of superhero, the first thing you think of is, Clark Kent, obviously Superman. And his physique and his conditioning is quite important to this role because, we've come to expect, Superman to look big, to look butch, to look bulk. And the actor playing him, we expect him to look like that as well. And whether it's a fair expectation of the role or not, either way, guys, it's kind of in the zeitgeist that Superman looks a certain way. And it looks like this actor is doing a great job in, fitting the look and appearance of what we expect from Superman himself. which I give him admiration for, which I've already said anyway, guys. So, we have a quote here, guys. It came to my attention before the internet got a hold of me, but my pie-in-the-sky ambition is definitely to play Superman, Corenswet said. I would love to see somebody do an upbeat, throwback take on Superman. I love the Henry Cavill dark and gritty take, but I would love to see the next one be very bright and optimistic. Yeah, I think that's the way that James Gunn's going. I think he's going to go back to the kind of the older style of Superman, where, you know, he's much more hopeful, much more brighter. You know, the movie's going to have a much more kind of rich, vibrant tone, like color palette to the actual movie itself. And it's going to be a stark contrast from seeing Henry Cavill's kind of dark and gritty take to going to this more lighter, dark, more lighter kind of, you know, tone of Superman. But it'd be interesting to see, guys, because Superman is a hopeful character. You know, he's lighthearted, he's comedic, he's quite funny when he's Clark Kent, like. And it'd be interesting to see their take on that for sure, guys. So we're going to hop over to Twitter and we're going to take a closer look at these images, and let's just check out sort of the appearance of David Corenswet and what he looks like. So guys, landing over here on Twitter on DC World, David Corenswet's transformation for Superman so far. So let's have a look at this image here. So obviously we've got him on the left here, what he used to look like. Obviously he's still quite a big guy. I mean, like he's got, you know, he's got big muscles on him. He's quite a lean looking guy. And he definitely looks like Henry Cavill from a certain angle. But this picture here on the right, I mean, look at the size of his arms here and his chest. He looks so much bigger. Whether it's just the fact that it's this baggy jumper, but like his shoulders look much bigger, like his arms look bigger. I'm not going to pretend to know the names of muscles, guys, because I don't. So I'm not even going to try and being scientific about the names. But yeah, like his frame just looks so much bigger in this picture. I think his beard makes his face look a bit bigger as well. But this image here, if you saw it without this picture on the left, that looks like Henry Cavill. It really does. You can mistake that for his brother all day long. Like, it literally looks exactly like Henry Cavill, which is kind of crazy, isn't it, really, when you think about it? But I think they've done a great job with this casting. This guy looks great. He looks like he's going to fit the role perfectly. And it looks like he could potentially fulfill the kind of Henry Cavill role, because he looks like Henry Cavill. So, yeah, whether he's going to be as good as Henry, have the charisma that Henry did, only time will tell. But yeah, so let's hop over and have a look at another picture, guys, and then we'll go down and read some of the responses and see what some of you guys are saying about it. So landing on this page, guys, this is DCU updates. This may be the biggest superhero transformation besides Bale. So obviously we've got him on the left here from what he used to look like, and then on the right, we'll have to blow this up a little bit. This is what he looks like now. And like I say, this jumper may be making him look a little bit bigger than he is because it's quite baggy, but you can definitely see his frame, like his chest. He just looks a lot stockier, man. Like, he looks a lot bigger built in this picture. But like I say, guys, like with his hat sort of covering his eyes, and you can only sort of see the lower portion of his face, all day long, that looks exactly like Henry Cavill. If you told someone that was Henry Cavill, a picture of Henry Cavill, there's no way you would know. Like, it looks exactly like him. It's just crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. The guy's going to suit the role. I think he's going to do a great job, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does, guys. But let's go down and read some of these responses and see what people are saying. There's a closer up sort of side-by-side comparison there, guys. Yeah, obviously he looks a lot bigger. You know, his chest, his arms, his frame just looks a lot bigger. And yeah, that's from 2022. And then the picture on the right, 2023. But yeah, guys, whatever he's doing fitness-wise, physical training, you know, respect, complete respect, admiration to the guy putting himself through it. He looks like he's in great condition, and, you know, he's got the appearance of Superman, that's for sure. So let's read some of these comments, guys. Bro might be too big at this point. I don't think you can ever be too big for Superman. Like, even if you got a massive bodybuilder, like, Superman is a big guy. There's no standard image for what Superman is anyway. I mean, Superman's always been a big guy in the comics. Obviously, he's got a lot of muscle, but iterations of Superman look vastly different from other ones, you know, costume-wise, body size, you know, hair, all kinds of different things. So there's no really one standard look for what Superman is. He'll cut before production starts. I'm not sure what that means. Really, people forget Cavill. No, we don't. Nobody forgets Cavill. There's still people campaigning for Cavill to come back to this role of Man of Steel. Like, so nobody's forgetting Cavill by any means. He's going to be heralded as, like, probably one of the best Superman, like, if not the best Superman actor there ever was. Like, people are just going to put this guy up on a pedestal for years to come. And, you know, there's a lot of butthurt people, the fact that we're never going to get a Man of Steel 2. So that's probably one of me. I'm probably one of those people, to be fair. But I'm looking forward to this Superman. So, but yeah, obviously Henry Cavill on the left, Henry Cavill on the right. I mean, look at this guy on the right, man. He's absolutely ripped. Wow. This guy just looks insane. Not as skinny as before, especially about a year before Man of Steel. Still a great transformation. Absolutely, guys. All the admiration in the world for people being able to get into that shape. Takes a lot of, you know, a lot of self-discipline, a lot of dedication. Obviously, he's being paid a lot of money to do this by the studio. So, you know, say what you will. Not sure how much effort he had to put in, but happy for him. Actions speak louder than words. Yeah, obviously the character has to be very, you know, important to you in order to put your body, your body and mind through that kind of physical training to get into that kind of shape. You know, it has to be very important for you in order for you to do that, because it can't be easy. Probably been following the plan he was given perfectly. No cheating. Well, yeah, I mean, you can't, can you? When you're trying to build that amount of muscle, you've got to be strict with yourself and make sure you're doing what their trainers are advising you to do. We haven't even seen him without a shirt off. Let's hold our horses a little. Yeah, I do agree with that to a point, but I mean, looking at that picture of him wearing that jumper, he looks pretty damn big. So you can only kind of imagine what he looks like underneath. Probably very similar to what Henry Cavill looked like here in this image, I would imagine, if not bigger, possibly. So, where are we? You're right. We have another pick to reference that to, though. I can't imagine he won't look great considering he has 3-ish months left before production. Yeah, a lot more time to get training in. Okay, guys, so we have this image here of him in the gym. The very classic kind of looking down, kind of. But yeah, man. I mean, look at him. That is literally Henry Cavill. But the size of his arms are huge. Look at that. Like, his arms are bigger than my head. Like, his shoulders are huge. His chest is huge. And, yeah, man, this guy looks big. He's going to be absolutely ripped for this. And, like, he's going to look great in the suit. I cannot wait to see the first image released of him in the Superman costume. It's going to look great. All he needs are some overalls, flannel shirt, and some glasses, and that's our good-natured farm boy. Absolutely. Here's the plaid flannel. Yeah, did someone Photoshop that? Because if they did, it's pretty good. Angles are everything. Wait until his last 4 months of training are done and he's not wearing a puffy sweater. Yeah, this is what I said, guys. Obviously, he's wearing this jumper. It's it's baggy, so obviously it's going to make him look a little bit bigger. But still, just from this image above here, obviously, this one isn't so baggy, and you know, you can see the size of his arms. They look like absolute guns, like cannons, man. They look crazy. So, we'll read a few more, guys, and we'll finish off the video. I mean, this has been the tradition since Reeve. Yeah, I mean, Reeves, man, like, he wasn't, like, the biggest guy in the world. Like, he didn't have, the biggest muscles in the world, but the guy was lean, he was ripped, you know, what can I say? Christopher Reeve, man. Some people, you know, he's the best Superman there ever was, the GOAT. No one can beat him. But there we go. So, Cavill made the same transformation. I've been saying since he's been cast, he can and will easily put on muscle on his build. Cavill and Corenswet had the same build prior to being cast as Superman. So, let's have a look at this image here. So that's Cavill. Yeah, absolutely looking ripped, man. Like, these guys are just crazy. So, yeah, that's kind of what he used to look like. Imagine this guy, but with, like, a ton more muscle on him. That's probably what he looks like. Look at Henry Cavill in this image here, though, man. That's ridiculous. The size of his arms here, just wow. So we'll read two more, guys. He's bigger than Vincent D'Onofrio. Vincent D'Onofrio. Okay, wow, I love it. He looks very huggable, but also like a mountain, an immovable object, and that's what we need for Superman. Absolutely, guys. The image of Superman, a big, buff, kind of, you know, just mountain of a man, if you like. But yeah, this guy looks like he's in tremendous shape, guys. Like I say, he's probably going to do great as well. He's been in some great projects. I think he's got the acting chops. If he can bring the charisma to the, you know, the Superman role, then I think we've got the full package with this guy. Cannot wait to see an image of him in the suit for the first time. It's going to be crazy. But yeah, there we have it, guys. So just a bit of a read about the Superman Legacy movie, and then some images to do with David Corenswet and his kind of physical transformation of playing, you know, Clark Kent and, you know, playing Superman. He looks great, guys, and I'm sure he's going to do great. But let's keep our eyes on it. Let's wait. We've got a long wait until any marketing material comes out, unfortunately. but it gives him more time to train and get bigger and buffer, which is cool. So guys, drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think. I can't wait to hear your thoughts, comments, and opinions on this guy's transformation. He deserves all the credit in the world. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon.